Alright, welcome back to the second video of this series. And in this very video, we're going to be looking at the authentication system. Normally, Django comes with a built-in authentication, which is also good if you want to use that, but you have to set that up yourself. And but in this tutorial, we're using the Django Auth, which is a very easy and a complete authentication package that you can set up easily, and you get your authentication running. So we'll be using that. So for us to do that, we have to install it. So we head over to our terminal, and let me clear this now. So we install it by using the pip package manager by saying pip install django dash or auth. Alright, and this probably takes some few minutes to install. Alright, we have that fully installed. Okay, so what we need to do now, we have to head over to our settings file in our Django project that we created. So we head over to inside the Django project. Here we have the settings file. Here we're going to add some configuration. First of all, let's add the Django Auth to our installed application, that install app. Here we're going to add the auth. Then we have an auth.account, auth.accounts. Alright, then lastly we have auth. Sorry, this should be a string. Auth.social accounts. All the social accounts. So those are the three. Then secondly, we have to have the message Django.contrib.message and Django.contrib.auth, which is already here. We have the Django.contrib.auth already here. And also we have to add the Django.contrib.site, which is Django.contrib.site. If you head over to the authentication, or the documentation, you see everything here. If you check the installation and how it's set up, you can see it here. You see the install app. We have the Django.contrib.site, the auth.accounts, and the auth.show accounts. Alright, so let's quickly double check and make sure it is correct. Site, not site. Alright. So next we have to add the authentication backend. You can see the authentication backend is here. You can just simply copy this to save our time. Copy this and head back to your settings file and just go to a convenient place where you can just put this. Let's head down and think we can put it here. Okay, so let's take out this comment. Okay, this authentication backend tells us about the type of authentication that you should allow. You should allow our default username authentication, and you can also use the auth authentication, which can be logging with your email if you want to. Okay, that's for that. We have our authentication backend here. We have our install app already in our install app, and then let's check again. I think we have to run migration now. Site ID, we have to put our site ID, so you can copy this and go back there and just place down here. Site ID is there. So then we have to put our URL, which is this URL, the accounts URL. Copy it and head over to our project URL file. This is our project URL file. Under the admin, just paste the accounts URL. So once we go to /account/ probably login or sign up, get to there, so we can save this and save our settings file. Okay, so what we need to do now is to make migration. So normally we just take this to our terminal Head over to our terminal and just paste. Okay, we have an error. Sorry, we have to import include. Sorry about that. Forget to import include in the URL. So from django.urs, apart from the part, we have to import includes. Okay, that's the reason for that error. Okay, let's clear and do that again. Let's make migration again. Alright. That's good. Now we have our migration running. Then if we run our app now, on our app, you'll see run server. Okay, if we head back to our browser, no, not yet. Okay, this is our new project. If we go to /accounts/login, you see the auth and default login page. This is a Django auth package that we just install and set up. This is the login page that gives us. Later we'll look at how we can style this page with our own with theory CSS and our custom CSS. So if you go to sign up, this is the default sign up page, and go to login, this is the default login page. Alright, so first of all, let's create our super user. So we have to go out again and create a super user using our default Python manage.py create super user. So we have to set a username, set to admin. Successfully created super user. So once we head back, once we start our server again, okay, so if we head to the admin, we can log in with the admin we just created. Just log in with the admin. Username is admin, password, alright. So you can see the site model that was added, the social model that was added, and all that. These are actually coming, the user model, these are coming from the Django auth package. You see the admin user that we created is the only user that we've created. Okay, so if we want to test the auth now, if it's working, first of all, let's log out. Then let's go over to the account. Let's go to sign up. Let's sign up a new account. Let's call it test user. Let's say test email@company.com. Let's use this, and let's choose a password. Sign up. No connection could be made because the target machine actively refused it. Alright, the reason for that error was that Django auth sent a confirmation image to the email that we'll try to register with, and we didn't set up email configuration so that you can send an email, and moreover the email we used was not a legit email. That's why we got that error. So for us to do that, we have to kind of disable it in the settings. So we paste accounts_email_verified equals to false. If you check the Django auth configuration, you see the options here. Set it to false so that whenever determine, look at it, account_email verification, they determine the email verification method during sign up. Mandatory option or none. We set it to none, so not false is none, so that we can use dummy emails. So we set it to none. So once you save this, And if you check, that account we tried to create it was created, it's just because he couldn't send an email to send a confirmation email to the email. So if you try it again, all right, so it's working perfectly well. Because it was successful, that's why it redirected us to the project page. We don't have a profile page. We don't have a profile page yet, so this is okay for now. All right, that is, our authentication is working. The reason why we got that error was because our email confirmation was not set up, and the email we used was not a valid email, was a test email. So we disable that. So that's for that. And this video is already getting too long, so I'll end it here for now. So in our next video, we'll be styling the Django odds signing page and the login page. Okay for now.